How about this? In 2009, this happened. This is my file from 2009, and it says the Collatz conjecture is that any number up to infinity can be reduced to unity under the following conditions. If it's an even number, keep dividing by 2 or divide by 2. If it's an odd number, multiply by 3 and add 1. Then repeat, reply. Now, crackpot that I was in 2009, I decided to test 27,490,343. Why is a mystery. But anyway, I applied the rule with this formula. I can't put it there. There we are, with that formula. Remember that. And what it means is, that's an odd number, so multiply by 3 and add 1. It's now an even number, divide by 2. It's now an odd number, add 3 minus 1. Sorry, add 1. And so it goes on. And you might think, this is just going to get weird and wild, bigger and bigger. It doesn't. Watch what happens. All of a sudden, quite quickly, you can see what's happening. It will get to unity, meaning this. It gets to 4, then 2, then 1, then 4, and on, for some equally crackpot reason. If I go to the end of this column, row 1,048,576, I've carried on. It works. Let me just get rid of that. I can edit this out. And there's the formula. If A1 is even, divide A1 by 2. Otherwise, multiply A1 by 3 and add 1. And that's what's happened. Let me demonstrate. And then it becomes, if A2 is even, and all the way down. And in this case, the number of iterations turns out to be 131. By the way, this is not the conjecture. The conjecture is there any number, any positive number, integer, for which this is not true? By the way, if we do 4, what happens? 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1. But let's say 131 is a number I've just heard of, and it goes down relatively long time, but anyway, look, it stops at row 29. So 28 iterations. Done. We understand. Fast forward to 2023 now, and earlier this week I heard about Collatz again, and I had completely forgotten that 14 years ago I knew about it. Completely forgotten. I decided to give it a go. And this is what I've done. Now, I've done something a bit more inspiring, really. But look, all those years later, let me zoom in. Do you recognize that formula? It's spookily the same, isn't it? What I did this time, I let it run. I let more run to 200, because what I did was, I started with the sequence function, in this case, starting at number 196. I did that because I was playing around with this. Really, for the first one, it should say number 1. Number 1 turns into 4, 2, 1 very quickly. Number 2, again, number 3, and so on. Number 4, obviously. So that formula works, and I didn't try and stop it in any way. But I could have done quite easily. But what I did here, I used the xmatch function to tell me when this got to number 1, how many iterations to get to number 1. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 7, number 1 being the end of the run of 4, 2, 1. It doesn't get to 1 and then la la la. It gets to 4, 2, 1, and that's what I wanted to stop it, where I wanted to stop it. And then just let's run along a little bit and keep your eye on these. So there's no magic sequence that says, oh, once you get to 15, it all settles down. No, it's 20, 27, 7, 15, 15, 10, 5, 26, 106, as you can see. So I did that for 65 steps. I drew some graphs. Get rid of it, don't need it. I drew some graphs and I did quite a bit of analysis like this. What I did was, because I remember I didn't know about this until this week, I took all the steps, row 1, and I transposed them, put them all in a column, and put them on a graph. And there you are. That's what it looks like. So a few, whoa, many. A few, whoa, many. Bit of a roller coaster. Then, because I thought of it, I lagged them. So I lagged them by 1, put them on this graph, and it gives you that. And I did it again. This time I start at 250. But I can actually start at any number, if you think about it. Look at the sequence function, and I can start at any number for 250 columns. So thinking a bit bigger this time. There we are. And then I did the same, 250, look at all the numbers in row 1, transpose, fill the column, draw the graph. And there we are. Da, 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 up, down, da, 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 up, down. And you'll also see on this same worksheet, since I dealt with 250 columns, not 65, I did it from number 2 to 260 and took pictures. From 261 to 519 and took pictures. And the graphs are getting quite handy. And then 261 to 519, the same. I did several of these. And cut a long story short, then I start at number 1000. Is it the same 250 iterations? I start at 10,000 now. But look, 10,000, it only takes 29 iterations. Then 10,001, 179. And then blah, 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 179, 179, 29. 210. And by the way, this is the reason why I stopped at 200 rows, because I was thinking about this and I was reading a bit more about it, and I found that 200 is almost the limit for any number. So I stopped at 200, and then what you find is, when I got to this one, and when it doesn't get to 1, it gives you an error message. So I took a look at it. And you can see it hadn't finished. It had got to 35 by row 200, so I carried on manually. I could easily drag them all down to 210, 220, but not 1,048,000. No need for that. But there we are. That's Collatz conjecture. And of course, I've done very few of these. And if I sat here all weekend, I wouldn't be able to solve the conjecture. Here's another point. So I found this week and refound it from 2009. But what I was really happy with this week was, here's a world famous mathematical problem that some very senior mathematicians say the world isn't ready for mathematics like this. Now, I don't understand that remark, but I can do it. I can do it on my little laptop. And while we're here, let's make it 1 million. And I did it. and it only takes 152 iterations to get to 1,000,000, and I can do it. There you go. You can do it too. All right, there you are. That's what I did. That's what this is all about. From 2009 to 2023, bit random, nice and considered. Collatz conjecture. Thank you very much for watching. I enjoyed this.